Hey everyone, welcome back to Ontario Gardening. This month we are in our Medicinal March series and I am going to show you how to make an at-home tiger balm situation. So I have showed you in the past a comfrey salve. So comfrey is a plant that we grow in our backyard and we make into a topical ointment, and it is very, very well used for bones. It's actually called a broken bone plant. It helps to heal arthritis, inflammation in the bones. It goes real deep. So that one is specifically for that. This one is a cayenne topical, a cayenne salve, and what we're basically doing with this is making our own tiger balm, heat, muscle soothing situation. So the other one is used really for like that deep pain in the bones. This one is used as a topical to relieve things like sore backs, muscle spasms, strains, things like that. They can definitely be used interchangeably, but they do have different properties, and so they do different things. So this one is more of like a heat, whereas the other one is not heat forward at all. So what you're going to need for this are 3 ingredients. Fourth optional is an essential oil of your choice to pair with this, but your main ingredients are dried and crushed cayenne pepper. You're going to need 2 tablespoons of that, half a cup of good quality olive oil, and some beeswax. So we are basically going to make this up, and then if you wanted to add essential oils when you were done, that is totally up to you. Some people do it for fragrance, some people do it as the essential oil itself hosts more benefits. I'm going to do something warming. We're going to use a cinnamon essential oil when we're done, just because it's got that warming undertone to match this warming stuff. So moving forward, we're starting with these 2 ingredients. Now what we are wanting to do is infuse the cayenne into our olive oil. So this was actually grown in my own garden, and that's why mine might look a little bit different than yours and crushed up. I used a magic bullet to do so. You want it in like a powder form, and then we're going to add it to the oil. So what you want to do is you're going to simmer this for a very long time. Most salves, you can, no problem, just infuse one with the other just on the stove real quick. This one, we really want the properties in this cayenne pepper to infuse into this oil. So we're going to do it a minimum of 2 hours. And because we are infusing it for such a long period of time, because we can go all the way up to 24 hours, you want to make sure that it is on a low heat, no more than 200 degrees. So you do have a couple options for that. You can do a double boiler situation on the stove, where you would put your stove top to low and do a double boiler. You never want to put this mixture right in a pot on the stove, because it's really hard to control the temperature that way. You're gonna have to constantly be hovering around it. Even in a double boiler situation, you are relying on the steam from the heat of this pan to come and melt your contents in here and to infuse your contents in here. But you always have to hover, because it's just open on the stove. You have to make sure to be coming and checking the temperature. So honestly, if this is all you have, go for it. It's not the preferred method. A more preferred method would be to put it inside of a oven safe container and put it in your oven as low as it will go and putting it in the oven. It's temperature controlled. You can walk away. You could walk away for hours and not have to worry about it. What I am personally going to do, because it's even more hands-off and stress-free, is putting it into a crock pot on low. Now I do have this miniature one, so it's a little bit different, but a crock pot ensures that I can literally put it in here, walk away, and I don't even have to think about it again until however many hours I'm done. If the air starts getting spicy, I can move this outside. My oven is not heating up my house and running my electric bill. So this is the best way to do it, in my opinion, and that's what I'm going to do. And that is just simply adding that olive oil and the cayenne pepper together, giving it a good stir, and letting it do its thing. And like I said, 2 hours minimum, all the way up to 24 hours. I'm putting this on and I'm going to bed. So I will see you guys in the morning, and we will continue on making this salve. Okay, it has been simmering for quite a few hours. At this point, we are now going to strain off all of the cayenne particles out of our oil. So I have a little mesh strainer here. A coffee filter works really good too if you don't have access to a strainer of any kind. So go ahead and run our stuff through a strainer and get all of that out. And just do the best you can until you are left with the liquid. And it's going to be a reddish, brownish color depending on where you source your cayenne from. And I suggest doing it in a metal bowl so that you can go ahead and put it right onto a double boiler situation, because now we need to melt beeswax into this oil. So you're looking for 1/2 ounce of beeswax. So that's about 1.5 tablespoons. I actually just measured mine out right on a kitchen scale. So get your double boiler going, and we're gonna add the beeswax to that oil. And this is pretty typical of any type of salve or topical that you're making, as you're adding your carrier oil with the stuff in it to a beeswax or shea to harden it up. So that's what we're doing. We're going to keep this on a double boiler until this melts in and everything is back to liquid. And that really shouldn't take a long time at all. And it's at this point we have our containers ready to go. And at this point, you can also decide whether you want an essential oil in it or not. So quite frankly, for me, this smell is not it. I don't like this smell. So you can add whatever you want, but because it is a warming, heating, pain relief topical, like I said, I'm gonna wanna add some warmth to this. So I actually have some cinnamon essential oil. So you just wanna go ahead and add about 10 to 20 drops of whatever oil you're using, or so it smells to your preference. And that's it. Now we can pour it into our containers and let it harden up. And we're just gonna let them harden up right on the kitchen counter, and I will show you what these look like when we're all done. And here we are. Like I said, yours is gonna look a little bit different based on where you source your cayenne from. It could look a little bit redder, browner, oranger. Mine's got a brown tinge when you look at it because mine were from the garden outside. But I'm gonna go slather some of this onto my back, and we will see you next week in our Medicinal March series.